Hi, I'm Judy and today I'm showing you the basic method for making a model like this. Please don't close the video when I tell you I'll be using papier-mâché. I will not be using a balloon. I make all my models, my animal heads, ETs, dobbies, everything using papier-mâché, but a much simpler, quicker and less messy and less boring method. You will need a tin similar to this one, some aluminium foil, polystyrene balls, small ones and maybe a larger one, and some hot glue and Elmer's glue. You need to cover any polystyrene or plastic with tin foil, because otherwise when you try to use a hot glue, the polystyrene will melt and the plastic ball would just burst. Once you've done that, you can simply stick everything together using your hot glue and just keep adding aluminium foil until you get the shape that you want. For legs and arms, you need to just roll together 3-4 sheets of aluminium foil, press really hard, squeeze really hard, and then twist very tightly to make them strong. To make things like noses and ears, just squeeze aluminium foil until you get the correct shape and size. If you're new to this kind of papier-mâché, then the easiest thing to make actually is a very simple frog, because all you need are 2 small polystyrene balls wrapped in tin foil. Wrap a tin in tin foil, make the legs and arms and stick them all together, and then you've got your basic shape. But if you're wanting to make something which has a definite head and neck and body, you're going to need a larger polystyrene ball and a tin as usual, and then you need to make a neck. I usually use the inside of an aluminium foil roll, which I cut at both sides like this so that I can stick with hot glue one onto the other, and then of course you cover it with aluminium foil. Once you've got your model covered in aluminium foil, you then cover it in masking tape. Then comes the messy bit, so put gloves on, and you're going to mix half Elmer's glue, white glue, and half water. Give it a good shake. You'll need quite a lot. Then you also need some tissues. Now most tissues come in 3 layers, and you should really separate each of the layers so you get 3 tissues for every 1 tissue basically. Wet the model first with ordinary water, leave for 5 minutes, then brush over with some of the glue mixture and start applying the tissues, overlapping. Don't worry about wrinkles, because wrinkles give a really nice texture on the finished model. You'll need about 5-6 layers of tissue, and then you probably won't be able to see the masking tape underneath. Then just let it dry. So here's our little dog all covered in tissue and nice and dry. So now it's time to cover the whole thing in some white gesso. Gesso is really good because it smooths everything down nicely and leaves a really good surface for paint. I'm using several models to help demonstrate this method. This one's going to be a little red devil for Halloween. Leave to dry and then paint using acrylic paints. Some of my models, like Bailey, the dog, the poodle, I leave just painted. Others I paint and then I add some kind of clothing. So Dobby's got the little nightshirt. E.T. is just painted. The dog I painted, and then I made some clothes out of bits of felt that I got around. So it's a bit of a patchwork job, and stuck together with glue rather than sewn. The teeth and the tongue I made from hot glue. You can finish your models with a spray of plastic or a coat of varnish, and that's all there is to it really. I hope you've enjoyed watching this video and that you will subscribe to my channel and follow us on Instagram.